James Wellness, this lovely wine is next. It's from their producer Sensi. This is Toscana Rosso IGT called Governato 2018 vintage. Stay tuned and I'll tell you more about this lovely wine. I love Sangiovese. This is 90% Sangiovese and 10% Colorino. And so Governato is coming from the word governo, and that's really a Tuscan method for partially dried grapes that go into the wine itself, that become part of that experience and signature on the characteristic wine in terms of how it tastes and even how it smells. So I love the artwork here. I think it's very cool and very fitting because it's an Etruscan artwork. And the Etruscans were in Toscana, and you can see the really cool wine motif that's going on there. And so this is a collaboration with Università Tuscia and a 2018 vintage. It's old producer, 1890 is when it was founded. Back label for you to look at here. Now the Etruscans were truly centered in, say, Umbria as well as Toscana, and then further down to the Lazio, all the way up to the Po River, Emilia-Romagna, as well as the Veneto, and a bit of Lombardia as well. I remember from my art history classes, we talked about the Etruscans, and there was just so little to know about the Etruscans. There was just not a lot of knowledge left over, except their artwork and some of their sculpture and pottery and so forth. So for me, I think it's a really beautiful package. It really harkens this evocative sense of ancientness to wine. So when I see a Governo wine, I try to taste these wines as much as I can because I don't see them very often in the marketplace. So to me, to get this bottle was really cool. So this is the freshness is really that very wonderful appeal that I think is partially the Governo as well as the Sangiovese. Sangiovese is giving some uplift, and I think it's just such a fresh, beautiful wine. It depends on who's making the wine and when it's made and the year, the vintage, but there's so many different ways of thinking of Sangiovese. Sometimes for me, Sangiovese represents a very autumnal characteristic, and I get a sense of autumn for this wine. It's a very versatile wine. It's a gorgeous wine. This is given a characteristic of red cherry, rose petals, fresh rose petals actually, autumnal forest, and dried herbs. Gorgeous. Next, the palate characterization. So this wine is giving an expression of tart red cherry, pepper, fennel, and tarragon. This wine is 93 points out of 100 points. The loveliness on this wine is the point of difference is very noticeable. This is not Chianti Classico. This is not any of the Chianti Colli. This is not going to be a Brunello de Montalcino. It's a Toscana Rosso wine, and it expresses differently. And that was the intention of this one. It's a beautiful one. 93 points out of 100 points. More information on the producer will be listed down below. Questions and comments can be listed there. $29.99 price point on this wine. And I do have more Sensi wines to be tasting and sharing with you. So in between video shoots, you can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WordPress. And additionally, I'm on my podcast, which is on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thank you for watching today. Stay tuned for more. Salute.